Hi, myself Adi Narayanan. Today we are going to discuss about polymorphism. So when you go to Oracle site, so this is going to be your uh, definition, theoretical part. Polymorphism is the ability for different objects to respond differently to the same message. See this one, same message, different response, meaning different behavior. Different behavior, same message, same action, but different behavior. In object-oriented programming language, you can define one or more method with the same name. Overloading. This method can perform different action and return different values. Okay, just we will try some example related to this so that you can understand. So before I explained you in previous video, I explained you about inheritance, protected, abstract, overriding. That is also called one kind of polymorphism, overriding, where you define same method in superclass and subclass also same. All the things are same. Method name, signature, parameter, return type, all the things are same. Overriding both in superclass method and subclass method. So when you call the method in the subclass, if it is not in the subclass, it goes and calls in the superclass. If it is subclass, then it will call the method in the subclass. So that we saw one kind of polymorphism during our uh, previous training. Okay. So now we are going to look into these two things. One is same name in a class, method name is same, parameter are different. See this one or more method with the same name. First, we will see this one. In object-oriented programming language, you can define one or more method with the same name. We will see how to define overloading, inheritance. So something in this, I let me create uh, one class with the name, one class with the name tax, tax, calculation, tax calculation. Okay, let me see. So same net. We create same name. Calculate tax. BOID1. See there are. Let me create another one method with the same name. I will get an error. See, I am getting an error. Why? Both names are same. Okay. Here tax. I give gross GRO. It is gross uh, AMT amount. Here also same. What is the one? This can be double or int int. This int int gr o is gross. See here. Now error went. So Java implements a feature called overloading, meaning your method name can be same, and as long as if the type is different. Argument. We discussed about what is argument. So here there's an argument called integer gross amount with the type as integer, here default argument. So there is no error. So and so this is called overloading, meaning you have the ability. If you don't have a overloading concept, then you should name should be different. Java, since Java implements overloading concept as part of polymorphism, so you could have the ability to write a method with the same name but a different parameter. But same parameter it won't allow. Same parameter it won't allow. Clear, you got error. But if you are going to give some other uh, PA, right? Stream. Now there won't be error. So this name is same, but I have different parameters. Here there is a different parameter. Here there is two parameters. Okay, and also I can write a default parameter. It will work. And you see one more example. Control C. Let me write another one method with double double uh, gro plus gro plus amp. Control C. See here, even by having a different data type, here same integer data type, a double data type. So you can write same name, same method name with different parameters. Either two parameter or single parameter with a different data type. Different data type. It makes sense rather than having different name. Now all are going to calculate tax, but we are going to pass different values to the parameter, different values to the parameter. So let's write one client. Let's write one client. Before that, we make a SYS OUT out, OUT out, control tab. COUT. Okay, this one is default B, okay. This one is double. This one is IIT. This one is CARE. So if there is no overloading concept, we cannot write method with the same name. So what is the main advantage? Readability. So when you see, okay, all are calculating, all methods are to calculate amount with different parameters. So that's the main. So if you don't have something in this concept, then you should be able to write with a different name. Either you write a different name or you use overloading concept. It's up to you. It's up to you. It's up to you. Uh, so if you ask advantage, readability is one of the advantage, and so it gives a better design of our code. That's the main thing. Nothing other than this. So that's why I told either you can use OOPS concept. This is one of the polymorphism concept. Either you can use the polymorphism concept and do your code, or without polymorphism also you can do. So here we didn't apply OOPS encapsulation features. So what should be the feature of this one? PUBLIC, because we are going to access from a object reference variable from same package or from a different package. So let me make the visibility to public so that you can access this method by using object reference variable. Already I told you, you can access a member of a class either by using object reference variable or by using class name if the member variable is static. Okay. By using object reference variable, you can access any method, static method and non-static method. By using class name, you can access only static member. So you should talk of member. If I talk of member, then all the things inside a class is a member, variable, method, constructor, all the things. Okay. Okay. Now let's create one class and call this method. Let's create one class. Where is this class? In polymorphism, overloading, tax calculation. Okay, tax calculation. Let's try it one client for a tax calculation. Okay. It is in this one, or else we move this one to, okay, already it is in poly only. So it is in package poly. So in poly, let me create one client tax calculation in my other class tax CLI. Okay. So let me create one object. So same. Let me create one object for a tax calculation. TAX calculation. TAX equal to new. We created one object. So here, what is the error? Tax cannot be resolved. Tax calculation. Okay, I created one object. So let TAC. See how many methods are there? Same method. If I call this one, see the output. Say default. So if I give one integer value 23, which method will get executed? A method which has one parameter. Double or integer. See here, will it call double or integer? One parameter. See now. See, it's called the integer. This method, it has the intelligence and it calls this method. If I give double number, if I give double number dot 45, and we'll see what is the output. See, this method is called. Type is different, right? We are sending a parameter with a double. So it understood and it calls this one. Integer, this calls this one. So how will you call this one? How will you call this one? With the two parameters. What are the two parameters? Integer and string. Integer and string. Integer 23 and string. Senior citizen. Senior citizen. Run as Java application. See now it is calling this method. So now you know overloading concept by using same name. The logic is different. So that's the polymorphism, right? Same uh, same action, different behavior. What is the action? Calculate tax. That's it. Either you can use polymorphism or you can use a single method by using if condition. You can go to different blocks, but you are not using OOPS concept now. It will be much more to maintainable. If you are going to use if condition, if there are 20 if condition, when you want to change something, first you should understand the entire if condition, all the things. Then you go and change. Whereas here, go on change it related to senior citizen, then directly you can come related logic, then directly you can come here and accordingly you can change the logic. You know, okay. So this one you can type tax type. Okay. You can understand. So this is one of the polymorphism concept which we learned. So other one, say for example, before we created or else okay, the best way of creating object, right? So when you created, we created here, see, overloading and overriding concept, overriding concept. Here you created client, right? Which one? Employee, um, employee IMPL, employee IMPL, employee implementation, employee detail. So even we can go with some other example or with the existing. Say for example, so you understand one concept called overloading. So just this is the code. This is the code and this is the logic. So another one thing is when you create an object, say for example, create an object for uh, this one. Create an object for employee client right, employee client, employee detail. Yes, okay. So let me create. You know how to create an interface. Yes. So to create a folder or package. That is package type package. P C dot dot package row overloading or row D yeah row D overload and refresh. Refresh. So that is that. Because let me to be meaningful, let me move this to logic to the overloaded method. And after that, you can change this one. Change the package to overloaded. And here and here also. The package is wrong. Here, the package is wrong. Dot overload. Or else you fix here. See, change the package to this package name. Okay. So package and folder are one of the same. Okay. Now what we can do is let me create one interface here in order to in order to explain that by using object reference variable can be interface type. So always we should use that as a programmer. Always you should follow object reference variable type should be interface. So let's we do one example. An example. So let's create one interface class interface PAX. Okay. I'm creating interface, right? No, I'm creating class. Let's create one interface. Go here and create one interface. Overload. So anywhere. New interface. Interface is there interface right here interface. If you couldn't able to find type here. INPR. So this choose next. Create one interface. What is the interface name? In which package is going to be created in overload package? What is the interface name? PAX. Finish. Okay. So CALCULATE calculate PAX BPAIL. You created one. You declared one method divide, but this method does not contain any logic. Just you define two methods. That's all. Control Shift here. Okay. Just you define two methods. So how will you create a class by implementing this interface? Okay. Create a class by implementing this interface. Create a class something. Okay, something. So I created one class. See here, I created one class. There is no implementation. Okay, there is no implementation. How will you implement an interface? IMPLEMENTS implement. What is the class name? Tax interface. What is the interface name? I created one class and I implement tax. So now what we should do? We should implement all the methods. Two methods are there, right? Implement all the methods, controllers. This one is SQL. So I created a class and I implement the tax detail, and so this this class can have some other method also. You can understand, I think so. Take home void. So normally this no need to be public. It can be private, so that no one can access from outside. Meaning by using object reference variable, you cannot take HOML. This method is not accessible. We are applying encapsulation. No one should access this method directly. That's my intention. So that's how I apply polymorphism here. Okay. Now, what we can do is we can create an object for this class and call the method. You can call this method or this method, right? This method or this method. Okay. Let us call. This is going to be our tax and tax IMPL, tax client, tax, tax IMPL. So create one class from there, create object for this class. P extract CLI PNT, any name, huh? Any name. Okay. So create an object for a tax IMPL. P extracts I IMPL. So tax IMPL equal to new P extracts IMPL. See here. But you can, this is the right way, this is the way we created object. Class name, object reference variable, new operator, class name. This creates object and this is going to point to that object. So it holds the address and this will point to the object, and the object will contain the state and the method. Okay. but you can create another way also. Here you can make tags. This also works. So what is the difference? Here you are using class name as type, you are using interface name as a type. Always you should go this way. This is the right way. Except there is called a Pujo class. For all other class, always use interface type as object reference variable for object reference variable. The type of object reference variable should not be class, rather than if it is interface, this is the right one. So this variable has an advantage. I will show you the advantage now. I'll show you the advantage now. Create another one class. New class. SALARE salary. SALARE salary. SALARE salary. Something else. Create another one class. Right click. New others class. Give some name. Yes. SALARE salary. Click finish. So now it's a class. There is an interface guide IMPLEMENTS implements PAX tax interface. Then what you should do? You should implement all the methods. So in interface, just you can declare. See now, you implemented both the method here. So how will you create object for this one? How will you create object for this one? Tax CLI. here. For tax IMPL, I can create two ways. Same way salary, yes, into new and closing salary. Okay, so either it can be EAS, both are good. Here now this variable, this this also pointing to tax IMPL. This also pointing to salary. See here, interface type. But if you are going to create Control C, Control V, this is going to give you wrong. See here wrong. Why? See here. What's the problem? Type mismatch. Cannot convert from salary to IMPL. This is different class. This is different class. This is different class. When you create object for this class, either you can use class name or interface name. But I tell one thing is common here. The type of this class is also tax. The type of this class also tax. The type of this class can be tax or tax IMPL. See here, the type of this class can be tax, that is, can be tax or can be tax IMPL. See, the type of this class can be salary also tax. That's the difference. By using interface, this both, this both are of type tax. That is the understanding that you should now be able to get. The type of this one and this one is tax, can be tax. You can check instance of. There is an operator called instance of INSTANCEOS, and you can narrow down both of these. That's the advantage. Polymorphism. Now, a tax variable can point to tax IMPL object, also salary object. That is the takeaway. This is wrong, right? This won't work. But but Px tax Pax P1 equal to mu tax IMPL. Px tax IMPL. Control C, tax 2, salary. See here, this is not allowed. This is not allowed. But see, this is a different class and this is a different class. For both, I can use tax as a type. T1 is of type tax. T2 of type tax. But this reference variable T1 of type tax can point to an object of tax IMPL and object of tax salary. Now, a variable of type tax can point to both the tax IMPL and salary. That's the advantage. Takeaway. You should be able to understand polymorphism. So by using tax variable, I can point to tax IMPL object or I can point to salary object. If any class implements tax, then I can use the variable tax. So that's a very, very important polymorphism. One of the overloading, we saw overloading, same method name, different parameter. Overriding, the method presents both in superclass and subclass. This one, a variable can point to any object as long as the type of object is same. So this is very, very important. This is very, very important. Try to understand this one. Try to understand this one. This is not at all okay. This is not at all okay. This is wrong. This is a different class and this is a different class. But this is a different class. This is a different class. But type can be same. As long as this class implement tax, and this class also if this class didn't implement tags, then you cannot use it. So object creation should be always by using interface as a type for object reference variable. It's very important this one. So when it comes to polymorphism, that's why here they told. See here this first line. Polymorphism is the ability for different object to respond to the same message or same object. Meaning if I call control C dot calculate tax. So what will be the output? Tax detail. Where is tax? Not tax IMPL. Okay, IMPL. This one points to IMPL, right? This one points to salary. Tax IMPL. I'm calling this one calculate tax IMPL. This one calculate tax salary. See LERY. Control S. See here. When I run, what will be the output? See from IMPL class I am getting the value. C1 is now pointing to let me make T2. T2 dot same message. Message is same. Message is same. Message calculate tax detail. Calculate tax detail. This one is pointing to IMPL object, but this one is same. Let me run this one. See here, this is calling method in IMPL class. This is calling in method in salary class. So same message, same way, same type. I'm not. I'm talking of type. Same type. Same type. But this is pointing to one object. This is pointing to other class object. That's a takeaway. Takeaway is very very important. Same message. So when you go here, polymorphism is the ability for different object to respond differently to same message. See, different object respond differently to same message. Different object. This is pointing to one object. This is pointing to one object. Different response. See, different response, but same message. See, same message. Calculate tax detail. Calculate tax detail. You should be able to get this one from here to here. How we implemented here? How we implemented here? By using overloading concept. You understood? I think so. I explain all the things here. Polymer encapsulation also I explained. Inheritance. It enables class to include. With the example I demonstrated all these things. Get a base idea. Now you get a base idea. So after that, if you go and keep on reading, you get all the things. It enables class to include property of other class, that is superclass. The class that inherits the property is called the child class, right? Contract employee, temporary employee, permanent employee, we wrote. Subclass we call. And the class that the property are inherited is called the parent class or superclass. Yes, we moved the get employee and also generate employee ID to the superclass. So in our video, so I explained you these two things also. When it comes to encapsulation, see here two objects, same variable, different values. An object will contain the variable things. Class, you know what is class, object, interface, encapsulation. See encapsulation. Where is encapsulation? See, encapsulation describes the object ability of an object to hide its data and method from the rest of the world and is one of the fundamental principles. See, hide data. Yeah, we hidden the data. By using protected public survey default, we hidden the data. And also changing the value of a variable. So here, uh, So in Java, a class encapsulation field which holds the state of the object and the method which define action object. So restricting us is also enabling others. All other field method private can be used internal object. It also enables to restrict only those features are now declared as public. Okay, here in this example, the ID is private and access is restricted to the object define. See here, this also we implemented. ID field is private. We declare the field as private and access to it restricted to the object that it defined. Yeah, but the other object can access the but by using getter method we are exposing a method called anything and you call that method let that change or let that return the value of the object. So when you go and read, see here you can any access to id field either by declaring, just read this one you will get. So we covered OOPS concept, encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction. By using interface and abstract class, we can define the structure of a class. Partial definition. Yeah. We use abstract class and we wrote abstract method where all the subclass should implement. So partial implementation. So abstract, you know what is the meaning of abstract? High level, design, not a detailed design. So when you are giving a detailed design, when you are implementing interface method and when you are implementing your abstract method, then you give a detailed logic to all the methods. So by using abstract and interface, you can define the abstract behavior of the class. You can define abstract behavior of a class. It's a high level, but you don't need to know all these things. But so this will help you. So there is something, now you can understand. Okay, there is something which if you put effort, probably you will get it. Either you can do a program by using OOPS concept. Without OOPS concepts also you can write all the program. It will work. So probably in another 3 or 4 years you will get all these things. If you are going to put more effort, if you have the interest, probably you will get it. Okay. So now we saw all the things. We will wrap OOPS concept and we will move to exception handling in our next video. So this one, if you see this one, see here, you can go to there are a lot of websites are available. Go and read all the website. You will get the concept. They may not explain the way which I explained. Maybe this may be also this may be also you find little bit difficult, but only when you listen can you see that okay there is something, then you can put your effort. So that is the main idea of this video on my training, where you get some real-time implementation concept. Okay. Okay. Thanks for your time. And I think so. I explained all the things: overloading, overriding, protected, superclass, subclass, interface, abstract method, object, class. Okay. If you go here, these are all the main thing. No, they also Java, object-oriented programming terminology. If you can understand class, object, interface, encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, you got some idea. Someone, if you ask what is hoops, then you should be able to explain all these things, mainly interface, encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism. Also see what is abstraction. Yeah, interface and abstract class is helping us to define partial implementation. That is abstract behavior of our class. So that is abstraction. Abstract, a high level definition. Interface is high level definition, not a detailed high level definition. Only you are identifying the method that are exposed outside of the class. All method in interface are public, but you are not writing it public, but it is public. Okay. Okay. So now you got some idea. Just go through my training videos. You will get a lot of information. Probably some people may feel this is more useful, whereas some people may feel he is telling too much of things. We want simple. If you are going to ask something like that, certainly you will not scale up. So when I go for training, many people, some around 10% of the people will tell, We need only simple examples. So that shows their character. They cannot be a proper technical lead unless they change their attitude. Simple example will not work. That by using that, your vision will not expand and you will not be a proper technical lead who can design class method and who can drive a team in future. Now all can work. Beginning right, someone will help you and you can do that. But if you have an idea, you will become a technical lead. So that's the main idea here. So giving more information from there, they know how to uh, take it from there. So since I feel that all can do, and okay, thanks for your time.